You okay?
Yeah.
So I was able to watch the little snippet that you recorded of your lesson using Pear Deck, and I want you to tell me how that went. How do you think Pear Deck went in your class? What exactly did you use it for?
I think it went really well. I enjoyed it. I used it for Dear Martin, and they already get really into that book. It's hard not to. But they did enjoy it, especially my first block class. They're definitely more introverted, and they don't talk ever. And so I think they really appreciated that option to give their answers and kind of have a discussion, like a silent discussion. And we talked about their answers on the board, and I think they just appreciated the newness of it. It was something else to do besides answer questions on a piece of paper.
So your introverted kids, did they open up once they did the like silent discussion? Were you able to have them have a more interactive discussion?
A little bit.
A little bit?
A little bit. That happened in my other classes.
Okay, so I'm assuming I probably saw a recording of your other classes because they seem to be a little bit more vocally engaged.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I saw that in that snippet. It seemed like the kids really did get into it, and like they were working on it when you had them answering the prompt, but then it did seem like I could hear quite a few different people contributing to that conversation. So it seemed like they were a lot more engaged than previously mentioned.
Definitely.
Okay. So do you feel as if a higher percentage of your students were engaged with this particular lesson?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I got responses from all of them.
Oh, okay.
And, you know, when you give a piece of paper for them to work on, a lot of them just sit there and, oh, I'll do it later, I'll take it home. But even if some of them gave me kind of vague responses, or they just typed something to type something, that was rare.
Oh, okay.
So most of them actually got on here and did it.
Okay, that's good. I love that. And even in your quieter classes, you say you saw like everybody at least participating in the silent typed portion.
Yeah.
Awesome. How did you feel using it? I know the first time using it can be a little intimidating, but how do you feel? How often have you been using it since that first recording, which was last week?
Last week, something like that. But every other day, I mean.
Okay.
I like it a lot. It's easy to use. I made a couple stupid mistakes in two of my classes. I just forgot to add the little text box to the slide that I had a question on. But we just talked about it.
Okay.
As a class, but it's easy to use. I like it.
Yeah, let me see what you kind of set up. I would love to see it because I couldn't see it in the recording, slide for slide.
So I just kind of broke it down into sections, like just pre-reading, something to think about. So I had them do a personal connection to have them think about what would happen in chapter 1. They just had to write. I put in some opinion questions here, kind of like getting them ready for the climax of that chapter.
That was a good question.
Wait, right here?
Yeah. And I like how you had it in those like stages.
And they all pretty much agreed on this one.
Okay.
And then, you know, just incorporating the guided reading questions like I normally would, but they just like it because it's a different way to do it. And then they really liked these where you could drag the dot or the scale, tell me if you agree or disagree, give me your opinion, and that kind of thing. So, what I really liked were these slides. The kind of four-corner, I think we call it magnet summary.
As I said, look, there's your magnet summary.
So I had them do 2 of these. This was a good chapter to do it for. They were analyzing 2 different perspectives, and then based on those, they had to write a paragraph. Kind of explaining the argument and what are the 2
So they're
sides.
synthesizing those 2 points of view.
Yeah. So,
Okay. I was just gonna make a comment because you had pointed out one of the questions that you really liked or something, and I was just gonna say I like using this too because kind of how you talked about your quiet class actually doing this and like how everybody's participating. I like it because if you just have like a discussion with your kids on the reading and you're just asking the questions, I feel like it's always the same kids that answer.
It is.
Like, it's always going to be the same little clusters that'll raise their hand and answer. And so, like you said before, it gives those quiet kids the chance to, and you can anonymously post it on the board. Do you have any questions, though? Have you run into any hiccups? Or, obviously, you've been using it frequently, so I feel like you're probably starting to get the hang of it and get used to it. But is there anything that you might need a little help with? Have you gone back in and looked at peardeck.com like after your sessions?
Yeah, I really like that.
Okay.
Because you can use that for some good data. And
Yes.
Use it as an assignment to grade. Can you reuse a presentation? Can you, like, if I do a presentation in first block and they've already done stuff with it, can I use that same presentation like in third block?
Technically, yes. You could give them the same code, so you would just have to go into peardeck.com and reopen it from Peardeck's website and give the same code. If you were to open it from Google Slides and where you hit start this lesson, that's going to produce a brand new one. So if you want all of your kids on the same presentation, you would have to just reopen it from Pear Deck and just give them that same code. But yeah, you cannot add slides to that though. So if you needed to add something to that slide, you would just have to start a new lesson for that new slide to be like incorporated or anything like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
It would be cool if they updated, but they don't.
Of course.
So let's keep playing with Pear Deck. I know I'm still playing with it. I actually used it with my seniors, and my seniors really liked it. It's in part across seniors.
Yeah, it is.
And so I actually had some pretty good feedback from my seniors, so I'm playing around with it still myself. I know one of the things that I really liked, at least with my sophomores, is I'm really working with them on finding textual evidence that actually supports their answers, because I feel like they're still in a stage where they just want to pull a random piece of text, even though it doesn't relate. So I'm really working on specific supportive evidence and properly citing, because I think they missed that memo.
They definitely missed that every single grade level.
So what I've been doing is, and I don't know if this is something you've been doing too, because it sounds like it's more discussion based right now for you, but I'll have a short answer question posted, and they have to answer it in their own words, find a piece of direct textual evidence, blend it, and cite it properly to support their answer. And I'll have them all posted as they type when it's anonymous. And as they're typing their answers, when I see that they've finished, we'll go over it as a class, and I'll have them kind of correct their peers' answers.
Cool.
Like, what's wrong with this citation? And they'll be like, oh, he doesn't have the author's last name. Like, he needs to put Visel 99, not page 99. Or they keep forgetting that the period goes outside the citation. So I'll have them identify that. And it's cool because since it's anonymous, they don't know whose is whose. So if it's their answer that's being corrected, they can go in and make the changes that everybody's calling out in real time, and they're learning with their own writing, which it's easier for them to learn those concepts when it's with their actual own words and not examples from pre-written text, because it just doesn't click as well. So I found that to be very helpful. Don't know if that's something that could help you.
I do like the anonymous part. That is a good idea.
So maybe that's something that you could maybe try to work in the next time. But do you have a plan for using this some more this semester? Because I know we only have a couple weeks left.
I don't know about this semester, honestly, just because we're trying to get through. But next semester, I mean, this will be probably a daily thing.
Okay.
Especially since I'm one of the lucky ones with laptops.
Yeah.
Every day. Because I do like this. I think it's great.
Yeah.
it definitely gets them more engaged, and it helps me, because if I just created ahead of time, you know, my questions that I wanted them to discuss are already there. I don't have to do anything like that. So yeah, this will definitely be a common thing in here now.
And then we'll have, you know, Christmas break to kind of put some stuff together.
Yeah.
For the beginning of next semester, because you could even use it for your short story unit.
Definitely, and I'm gonna use it with my. I've mainly been using it with my freshmen.
Yeah.
I tested it with my juniors.
Oh, you did? I didn't know that.
I did. I think it.
Both sets or just one?
Both sets, and I think it didn't work as well with them. They liked it.
Yeah.
Because we're reading Narrative of the Life of Frederick Douglass, and it's such a heavy book that is more like you need to talk about it, and that's kind of what we ended up doing.
Yeah.
But for other units, I'll definitely use it with juniors too.
Cool. Yeah, let's keep up with this, and you know, if you use it again, let me know. Let's talk about how it went, how it goes. I want to know about your successes.
Yeah.
I want to know about all your struggles. Just let me know if you need me. And again, I will always look over your pear decks. I'll test them for you if you need. So
okay, yeah, that'd be good.
To me.
Yeah, it's nice to know that they work before you present them.
Yes. Definitely. I actually did the same thing just last week. I forgot to put it was with my seniors, Fahrenheit 451, and this the one slide that I really wanted them to focus on for the book. It was talking about the epigraph at the beginning, that if somebody gives you ruled paper, write the other way, or lined paper, write the other way. And I forgot to put the response box in. And if I had just had somebody check it,
wouldn't have been a problem.
Wouldn't have been a problem.